So two main things that we're going to talk about today, obviously. First thing, obviously, Chelsea. And Eminence is going to explain to us where that Chelsea performance came from. And I'll give you a few thoughts as well. And then we're going to talk about AFCON. We have our AFCON final, Nigeria against Ivory Coast, and we're going to give our early thoughts on the past that Nigeria and Ivory Coast has gone to, because we're going to be building up to the game. We're going to be building up, have a massive build up on Saturday, but we're just going to give our early thoughts on an early AFCON final. So guys, man, welcome to the live reaction show. This is what is a bit of an impromptu one, man. So you know what it is, guys. Like the video, guys. Like that video. Subscribe if you're new, and feel free to send in your debates. Remember, your dubs and your super chats is what keeps this channel going live, alive, and beautiful, man. So, let me hit my stream marker real quick, guys. Let me hit my stream marker real quick. So let's start with your boys right now. Chill. So, Eminence, I'm gonna defer a lot to you. So, because again, the game obviously was clashing with the Nigeria game, which went into extra time. So I was trying to watch that game as well as the Ivory Coast game. Let me just give you a clear overview. Congrats, well done for the dub. It was needed. Pochettino, if you had lost this game, you would have been sacked. 100%. So if you had somehow lost this game, you would have been sacked. You would have been given your P45, you would have been given your pink slip. So it was key that these players helped react. So you can look at this as a vacuum, which is quality performance, nice goals, nice display, away from home against a very good team, one of the best coaches in the league. In a vacuum, it's all great. But guys, we can't look at stuff in a vacuum. I would be an idiot. I would be a fool if I was to view that Chelsea game and say, we are back, we are done. I'd be an idiot. So that's not what I'm going to do. There's nothing of we're back, we're not done, we're not cooking, because you need to build a body of work. Now, Palace, let's see what happens. Liverpool on the 25th, let's see what happens. So over the next course of games, subsequent weeks, can you keep this up? Because either this is maybe a pattern or this is just an anomaly. I don't know. So that's the question. Is what we saw against Villa, is that an anomaly, or is this an emergence of a pattern that's about to take place? Because if it's an anomaly, then what are we doing here? Then what are we doing here? Because, and I use this thing, a broken clock is right twice a day. A broken clock is right twice a day. So, Poch and this team, are you a broken clock? Or are you a Swiss watch? You know, are you a Rolex? I want to know, are you a broken clock from the 1800s, or are you a Rolex? Okay, I want a Rolex. I want to see a fully functioning clock and watch that says what's up. So my thing here is I just need to know whether, oh, you figured out how to use Enzo and Caicedo. Oh, you figured out how to work the midfield. Oh, the team is saying what's up. Oh, you've now realized that Raheem Sterling may be the issue of this team and it's holding this team back. Something I could have told you years ago. I just need to know. So, Eminence, it's a very simple question. Is what we saw an anomaly? Or has this team found a way to actually wake up?
Easy, bro. This is an anomaly, bro. Easy. Like, Richard, how many times have we said?
Okay, why are you so quick to say it's an anomaly?
It's easy, bro. Like we've had Man City game. When was it? Like 3 months ago. We said the same thing. We're back, and then what happened? So this one game. I'm not having it. I'm not buying it. Listen,
okay, where did this come from then? Where did this come from?
I mean, look. At the end of the day, we didn't have Champions League. This is like Chelsea's Champions League this year. So you have to go for it in the cups. You have to literally go for it. So I'm not surprised that they came out to perform. I was actually expecting to get a result today, so I'm not really surprised.
Okay, so you're not surprised. Okay, so are you not surprised at the performance and the result?
Nah.
So you can say, okay, you expected a win, but did you expect this performance and this win?
3-1 was surprising, but the performance I expected to see a performance today, and I'm happy. You know, I'm genuinely happy because obviously Nigeria won earlier, which was
yes, which we shall expand more on that. More on that. Yeah,
and you know, it made me very happy. Then Chelsea obviously did their thing. To be fair, I wasn't really watching the Chelsea game. To be fair, I had it on my screen, but I wasn't really watching it. I was on my phone throughout. But yeah, I saw Enzo Fernandez's goal. Jackson's a weird guy though. Kind of like, bro. Look, he's a weird
he scored
guy.
goal. Like we can insult him and everything. He has scored goals, and I believe he has
asterisk tax.
I'm talking about the Enzo kissing Enzo kit.
Eminence, he's weird. I blame that blonde chick. I blame Blondie for that. That was like Eminence. What's he doing? What are you doing?
Apparently, she's 90% Nigerian now. I'm not sure how.
RDS.
That was weird.
RDS, please, listen. No.
I mean, look. Performance today was very good. Tactically, I think Portugal is spot on. He actually played Enzo next to Caicedo, which we've been calling out for throughout the season. But this is the thing with Poch. He plays this well today. Yeah, next game against Palace, it brings back Sterling in the team.
You see, that's the thing that annoys me. You've now seen how this team operates. You know that Sterling is a bomb, has not been relevant in ages. So what do you think he does in the Palace game after this game? What do you think he does?
I'm telling you, it's gonna go Jackson, Sterling, Palmer, and then same midfield of Caicedo, Enzo, and Gallagher, and then he's gonna bring back Thiago Silva. Because I feel like somehow he's gonna bring back Thiago Silva. And again, I want to touch on that one as well. You know one thing, Thiago Silva, as good as he's been for Chelsea, I feel like he slows down our build-up play. Like today, Badiashile and Disasi made us play a lot quicker, and I feel like dropping Thiago Silva is probably the right time to do it. And when he came on, you can see that we kind of dropped off a bit. I'm not blaming him for us dropping off, but I feel like we need to start dropping him a bit more than, what we've been doing. But listen, Enzo's goal, quality, man. Quality goal.
Huge goal. And also, did he say that celebration? That celebration meant something?
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Because you've heard the rumours about him wanting to leave and everything.
Great goal. To be fair, all the goals were quite good. Gallagher's goal was good as well. Jackson's header was nice. I mean, I can't complain, to be honest. It's been a great day. I'm just genuinely happy today.
No. This has been a rare. If you're a Nigerian Chelsea fan, this is a rare W.
Yeah, this is
trust me.
Amazing,
you don't get this very often if you're a Nigerian Chelsea fan. So this cherish this day. Cherish this day.
That's why we're so happy, bro. Everyone's just happy today, bro.
Everyone's happy. What's it called? AK, what are you saying, bro, man? Chelsea dub, man.
Yeah, I mean, Nico Jackson's weird, man. Like,
what was he doing? Just talk about his goal. I don't want to hear anything else apart from just his goal. He's a weirdo.
I was watching your post-match video. Can you zoom into my AVI quickly? Remember when Enzo did this?
Are we gonna do this now?
Okay, come on. This is supposed to be a celebratory stream.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. What do you want me to say? He played well. I mean,
okay. Turning points or anomaly?
It's an anomaly, of course, because the game after you've gone to being shit, and it's part of being a young team. You're gonna get inconsistencies, and yeah, I think we just have to see, if you can stay consistent for 3-4 games, then yeah, there's something that we can say, but you haven't been consistent for that level of time.
Yeah.
So we just have to see how much games you can perform like this in. But to be fair, when you play Enzo and Caicedo close to each other instead of playing Enzo as a left winger, you actually progress the ball.
Isn't that like a revelation? You see where he plays for Benfica, you see where he plays for Argentina. Why would you put him out left? Maybe make him a central midfielder in the heart of the midfield, and presto, it actually works.
And also, it was crazy that Bell Silva, asked for change, and then the change was taking her husband off.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
And but it worked. Let's be real.
No, it did.
She asked for change. She got it.
Okay, what's it called? RDS. What are you saying about this whole Chelsea thing, man?
He's gonna come sort, Watch.
RDS. Give us a dub.
Yeah.
Okay, we've received enough pain. Give us a Dubinsky, man.
I mean, to be honest, I'm still thinking about the Nigeria dub. That's.
Oh no, RDS. We're gonna get there.
I didn't even know Chelsea were playing until I did a watch long on the channel with Forward. So and it was only towards then I was like, oh wait,
Forward
Chelsea are playing today. Yeah, no, he is. He's doing well. Forward's doing well.
I think you know what it is. I was still so much in the euphoria of the Nigeria thing that I didn't even fully register the Chelsea thing. So I was sort of watching it, but not really. So
exactly, like with the manner in which it progressed, it was kind of like it just didn't compute. So, but regardless, like at the end of the day, Chelsea are still in 2 cup competitions. You know what I mean? They've got a cup final against Liverpool coming up soon. They beat Villa. I don't know who are they drawn in the next round. Who they going up against?
Wait, hold up.
They've obviously done the draw, haven't they? So
yeah, they must have done the draw. It's Leeds.
Okay, so another easy dub, and then effectively
that's a big rivalry.
Hey, relax.
No, it's a dub. It's a dub. Come on, it's a dub. Like, so you're effective in the quarterfinal, and
bro, Leeds is trash right now. They're like really trash.
They're bad. So there's a conversation to be had where, although Chelsea are doing bad this season, if somehow Pochettino ends up with 2 trophies at the end of the season, what do you say?
I say no. For me, like, because someone asked me that. Okay, so if Pochettino wins the League Cup and the FA Cup, for me, if he does that, but it's a dramatic improvement in the performance, then maybe I'm still Poch out 100%. Like,
the league is the bread and butter. Like, you have to perform the league first, bro. For me, like the league.
Is okay. So, if we finish 11th and win the FA Cup and the League Cup, get the heck out of this club. Yeah, thanks for the trophies, but take a hike.
But winning this gives
he should get sacked regardless.
If you win the FA Cup, you'll get a Europa League at least. He
has to improve the league form, though.
That's no. Yeah, it does. But if you finish in the bottom half, I don't care what trophies you win. Get the hell out of here, bro. Because that's not acceptable.
I'm not a Chelsea.
Hold on, artists.
What I was just saying is like, what difference is like? It's like when someone finishes 5th but wins the Europa. Is like, what difference is 11th and say 8th? 7th, okay, sort of, because of conversely, but there's no difference between 11th and 8th in a practical sense, because at the end of the day, like, if Chelsea win the League Cup, they'll get basically either Conference League or Europa League football next season, irrespective of where they finish, which is still better than finishing, say, 10th, 9th, or 8th place. That's essentially what I'm saying.
But the thing is, though,
and obviously from a financial point of view, which is the biggest thing, Chelsea, it negatively going forward, especially when it comes to transfers and FFP and stuff like that, it's going to be very negative if Chelsea finish 7th or 8th place but don't get any European football, as opposed to finish 11th place but do secure a trophy and do get European football. That will actually, from a financial point of view, and so to actually be better for Chelsea football.
But here's my thing. That is, okay, let's say that happens. I don't want Poch as my manager. Unless I see drastic change in the performance on the team and how the team operates, I don't want Poch as my manager. Again, a broken clock is right twice a day. So if he somehow bumbles his way and broken clock his way to a FA Cup, I think he win.
But there's no suitable replacement available, though. HH, that's the problem. There's no Are we literally saying that there is a manager available right now that can take this current team to, say, 4th or 5th place next season? If so, I need names.
RDS, I'll find one. Name any name, I'll take them. I'll take Nagelsmann, I'll take Hansi Flick, I'll take Michel. Give me any name.
They're saying Michel to Chelsea next season.
Who said De Zerbi?
De Zerbi ain't leaving Brighton, bro.
De Zerbi, I don't rate De Zerbi that highly.
I was gonna say that. So who said De Zerbi, bro?
You know what? You know how on YouTube you can like ban certain words. I think I'm gonna ban this word, bro. I'm gonna put this word on like banned words in this thing. I'm gonna do that.
Saying JT, man, the JT.
I'm gonna ban Lampard, Lamps, Frankie, Frank, all that kind of stuff.
Bring in JT, you know. They actually might bring in JT.
That's not happening. So, anybody else want to touch this whole Chelsea thing before we get into some AFCON stuff? All right, so let me just quickly hit this whole thing. So, shouts to your boy Abris Fair. Astrid Wet, bless it. Okay, Drake Cross, claim the system. Abris Fair.
You know.
Abris Fair. I want an ER on that, not an A on that,
Bro,
please.
okay?
She is no sister, please.
Hey, HH, you know she's trying to get tickets to Abidjan. She's trying to go to Abidjan now.
And I'm going to shut down the airport. Okay, I'm going to shut down. Okay, you know what? Let's discuss this crap. Let's just discuss crap. So guys, we're now in AFCON territory now. So guys, we have a final. We have a final here, and guys, it gets real. It gets real. It gets real. I always thought that this could potentially be the final. Because when I looked at just how Ivory Coast where we're going and just the path that Nigeria had, I said, what's up? So, guys, it is Gid against Destiny. That's what this final is. Because let me be fair with you. Nigeria's football has been garbage. Based on what I expect of Nigerian football, the football under Pesero has been trash, horrendous. All we've done is been very effective and good defensively, but it's not been very good. Ivory Coast, on the other hand, these guys have just been building momentum, and using the energy of the crowd. RDS, just your general thoughts. AFCON final. What are we saying? What I put up to this poll, RDS.
My goodness, I mean, you say that the game we played badly, but there's been a lot of drama. I can't remember the last time there was this much drama watching Nigeria than that game that just happened today. Like, it was insane. Like, I know obviously because of brief post-match track and stuff like that, but I mean, as I was watching it forward, it's like Osimhen. I know I heard a lot of Osimhen slander, not from me specifically, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was his skill that won us the penalty.
Yes.
And that second goal, when he gets it, you're thinking, yes, we've got it, 2-0, etc. Like the euphoria, I was like finding the relief, only for.
It was never going to be that easy. You just knew it was never going to be that easy.
That brick, Yusuf, I'm like, why the hell are you making? Like, he's even going away from goal to make the challenge there was just incredibly so to go from Osimhen getting a dub and for me being a man of the match, I think we won the penalty, good assist to 1-1 was so. Why I'm saying this is obviously extra time. Obviously, is it a penalty? Is it not a penalty? Red card, etc. Tax to further add to the strain. And then Wabi, being absolutely a beast. I mean, but
remember, we almost lost.
We did.
Remember that chance from 2 yards out from the free kick.
We were shocking.
No, exactly.
There were multiple chances for them to win because I mean, and what's crazy part about it too is that they played the same repeated play in the first half. Long ball over the top to Percy Tau. What
I would say though is in fairness Nigeria in the second half, I think that what happened is that when they got that equalized from the penalty, the momentum I think shifted to South Africa.
Oh, for sure.
That second half,
because I think mentally it's messed us up.
Exactly.
Because we were in such euphoria on a 2-0, then for that to be such I just think it just messed us up. So
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So I give credit to them because there has to be an element of determination and grit to be able to just stay in the game and not completely collapse and persevere. And obviously, when it comes to penalties, it's 50-50. But thankfully, Azura wasn't in goal. I said to you this, at the end of the day, where we are, we could talk about Ikong and who's been in class and all these other players. The only reason why we're at this point in this competition is because Azura was not playing.
But I know, and you know what's so crazy? Who plays in Europe and who plays in South Africa? Normally plays. Oh, sorry. So normally plays in South Africa. That's the guy who plays in Europe. So that whole thing of let's get the European guys because if you play in Europe, you're automatically better. That's whole bullcrap because it's been proven by Nwabali. Not even that though. most of that South African team playing South Africa, look at how good they looked as a team.
Yeah. No, exactly,
You know?
exactly. And that's always going to be, and that's, especially because they all play together, that's always going to be fair as opposed to people who don't. But again, going into this against Ivory Coast, like I said, they've got home nation tax. As far as I'm concerned, the favourites going in for that reason alone.
Oh, for sure.
Like bottle it on the ground stage. They're gonna.
No. I think, but it's two things. It's home nation momentum.
Exactly.
I think they've been getting better and better with each game. And when you just look at the kinds of games they've come through, and the thing what worries me now, look, a final will always be 50-50. But I feel they faced better teams than we faced because they faced Senegal, a very good Mali team as well, and Congo.
Have they faced better?
That Congo team is not good.
Oh, no, okay. That's what I say Congo.
That Congo team was terrible.
But Senegal and Mali, those are two good teams.
Bro, Senegal were
they're very good. Yeah, they're very good.
Let's be real. The best team we probably faced was South Africa.
Yeah, I don't.
Angola?
I don't argue Angola.
I think the South Africa side was better than the Angola side.
Yeah.
South Africa were better than Angola, but I'd put Angola on the same level as like some of the teams that I've.
Keep in mind, but Mali beat South Africa 2-0. Like
exactly.
Yeah. No. That's Mali's side is a very good team. So I think but here's my thing. That doesn't matter.
No.
The beauty about a final is that, bro, once you reach a final, anybody can win it. It's every final is 50-50 because it's just the nature of the game. Because there's so much at stake, it's one game. And here's be real, it works both ways though. Yes, they're hosts and everything. Then there's massive pressure. So they said that the last time the host nation reached an AFCON final was in 2006, Egypt.
Exactly. So, I mean, I just think that why I guess I just says that I just think that like mentally, grit wise, like these Nigerian players like can't be or won't be like disgraced. Like I think like this experience was good to get through this. I think hopefully will build a mentality defensively. I also think defensively, in my opinion, we are superior to the Ivorians as well. I know that the conceders can cheat, but I just think of our organization defense was I think we are better. So like ironic enough, the previous games, if we keep our defensive structure and Nwabali has another good performance, then I think Nigeria can potentially do something.
But early feeling, what are your emotions telling you right now? Are you saying that's confidence, worried, cautiously optimistic? Like, what are your emotions just knowing that we are now here? You've seen the Ivory Coast team ahead of Sunday.
I don't know. I have a sick feeling that it's going to be a draw and it's going to go to penalties again.
Did you know it's so weird? Literally, as I was watching the game, I already said in my head that 1-1 penalties.
Yes,
there's going to be 1-1 and it's going to be penalties.
Yes, yeah. I have a feeling that I just the only thing I hope for is just to make sure that there's no goalkeeper injury. If there's any goalkeeper injury or anything like that, then
I'm not watching. Like if Ozoho is in that spot, after what Mwambali has just done, I'm not even going to watch that final, bro.
And also that Brick Yusuf doesn't come off because as much as like I give Iwobi some stick, Iwobi's not going to do what Yusuf just did. What Yusuf did. Iwobi is not going to do what Yusuf did, and I think Iwobi had an okay game. Like,
But
he's a different profile of midfielder.
But honestly, what do you think Nigeria's narrative is? Because we know what the Ivory Coast narrative is. What is the Nigerian narrative here? Because I want to put narrative against narrative. Is the narrative like Pesero,
you were terrible before like the AFCON started? That's a narrative.
And then we wanted Pesero sacked. So most guys actually wanted Pesero sacked before the tournament even started.
I think the best narrative is that our narrative is comparative to Italy at the last Euros, because they were a team that failed to qualify for the World Cup, had bad performances in the World Cup, bad performances in previous Euros, and average performances in previous Euros, and then at that point they just come out of nowhere and like win the Euros. That's what I would say.
Yeah, no, because for me, I feel
that's
that
not
like,
good, HH, because that's the Italy narrative is just like you have a great tournament and you just go back to being shit after.
Yeah. So actually, I don't really want that. For me, I just feel like if, in terms of a narrative, it's the fact of like, bro, that's why I feel so weird. I had zero expectation that I'll be seeing Nigeria in the final on Sunday. So before I was like, okay, let me just see these guys go out, do the group stage, go out in second round and be done. So So that's why I feel stupid, because I'm like, bro, I had zero expectation that we'd get to a final. Based off of the friendlies being played, the matches that we lost, our horrible preparation, and Pesero. So the fact that we're here is that I did not. So it's weird though. But at least what makes this final so fascinating: no Senegal, no Morocco, no Egypt, no Mali. Before a ball was kicked, nobody expected either of these guys to be in the final. Because for me, for Ivory Coast, before the game, I was like, yeah, Ivory Coast, I know they're hosts, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it with them. Nigeria, heck no, with Pesero. And let's be real, we've not played good football. Play good football in bits, but not really great football. Hitman, talk about your thoughts ahead of the game, bro. The AFCON final.
I mean, I don't know what to expect. I mean, it's we're playing a team we played in the group stage. I think like when you look at international tournaments, when you look at a team that plays a team in the group stage and then plays that same team in the final, I always like think about like, is it going to be the reverse like?
No, this is totally different Ivory Coast, bro. Totally different Ivory Coast from the one in the groups.
Yeah,
and we've seen how they played. They look completely different from those guys in the groups. You know?
I think the big thing with it though is that at this point there's not that much pressure. Nobody expected us to come to the final. I mean, yeah, we're the favorites, but we were one of the like outlying favorites, but we weren't. We're not the home team.
Do you know why I would push back? Once you're in the final, here's the thing. I'm not sure whether there is a favorite.
I'm saying before the tournament. I'm not saying
before the tournament. Yeah.
I'm saying because I mean we were probably like fifth or sixth favorites in most people's minds. Everybody was thinking about Morocco and like Senegal and Egypt and even Ivory Coast. But I mean for Nigeria, we were like, oh, we might do something, but nobody expected us to get to the final or win the damn thing. So I mean, the fact that we're here is amazing, but then again, the fact that we're in the final, we need to win it. That's all I'm like. Doesn't matter how we win it. We could like literally score a penalty at the 121st minute. Doesn't matter. We just need to win it, get the trophy, bring it back to Abuja.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me keep the so shout out to your boy Ahmed Faidi. Thank you for the dope, bro. Thank you, bro. Congrats to us, man. Hey, well done to Jordan. Jordan are going to play Qatar in the Asia Cup final, and this is the first time Jordan have ever been in the Asia Cup final, man. For making the final, we both now have to play the host nations Operation Gid for 90 minutes, and we're champion. Well, Ahmad, good luck to you, bro. Good luck to Jordan, man, and good luck to us as well. Actually, even I want to build upon that as well. David C. Our Juju men committed Doi against Aston. Bro, how good is that? We had both that Blondie and United 3 against us. And we rose up, man.
Nah, there's bigger Doi in the final. If Astrid is at the stadium.
Okay. You know, I will not go to our prof and not read anything. Is this just like a game, or did she really do a real DNA thing, is it just
unfortunately, our generation, specifically my generation, made people like her famous. So I apologize for that.
But my thing is why is she doing this? Like, for what reason? Like, was it just for attention? Like, why? What's the?
I don't know. Like. It feels like
apparently
she just
it's
wants
real.
to...
Apparently it's real.
Have you seen how white she looks? How the hell does she have a shred of Nigerian in her?
I got a cousin like that.
Yeah, and after hearing what's his name, Ross Barkley is Nigerian.
But yeah, I got a cousin like that.
Astrid looks a lot whiter than Ross. So Ross Barkley, I can see a little bit of a hint of something. Astrid, that's a white woman. Bro, that woman is Caucasian. Not even Caucasian. She is Caucasian.
Well, it depends. I mean, some people would argue that certain attributes like come from the African side as opposed to the European Caucasian side.
Okay,
I'll let you consider what.
I got a cousin, but like for real, I got a cousin like that though.
Wait,
like
Eminence,
she's like
Eminence. Wait, Eminence. What are you saying, bro? I did this game.
It feels like destiny for either of these teams, to be honest, because
Well,
look at
hold
Ivory
on. What's our destiny? Why do you say it's destiny for us? Talk to me.
So today, I'm just gonna go on based on today, bro. 2-0 up, it gets called back for penalty, 1-1, and you're thinking, oh shit, we're gonna lose this now. And then penalty comes up, we win penalty. Like, it's crazy, bro. 2 saves from goalkeeper, and then we win the game. Like, it just feels like it feels like it's meant to happen, bro. I don't know why, but it just feels like Nigeria meant to win. I meant to win this.
So okay, but what is your feeling going into someone else's compound where that 90% of that crowd is going to be against us? Do you think that can work to our advantage?
I mean, look, we went to Bayern Munich in 2012. What did we do? So, you know, I know it's not the same. It's not the same thing, obviously, international tournament, but we can go to someone's backyard and win. It's not like, you know, it's happened before. But the thing is, though, I feel like we need to keep the ball a bit more, because today that midfield killed us, bro. That midfield killed us. Like, they kept getting behind us, like, time after, bro. I was scared, bro. You know, like, is it Tao? What's the guy's name? The number 10. He kept getting in behind us, like, throughout the game.
Pesitao, yeah.
Yeah, bro. He caused us problems today, bro. And I think he missed a sit as well. Remember when the goalkeeper carried it to him?
Oh no. Like,
So
that's
why I'm
And also, even to your point, though, remember the free kick from South Africa, and the guy missed the rebound from like 2 yards out.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Maybe there's a lot that are saying it's a chance.
Maybe it's just our year to win it again. Maybe it's just. But the thing is, Ivory Coast could say the same thing as well, because remember they almost got knocked out. Yeah, they almost got knocked out, and then they sacked their coach, bring in this local guy, and then the final. So, yeah, there's narrative, man. There's narrative. So, yeah.
But how do you feel we can do it on Sunday?
I mean, if you're in the final,
we can do it?
If you're in the final and you don't think you can do it, why are you in the final? That's what I always say.
Why you there? Don't even bother turning up.
I always say, if you get to a final, you have to believe that you can win it. Like, there's no point being in the final if you don't believe that you can win it. So, only thing is the mentality of these players now, because I think I was gonna say something else. The team, Nigeria team, looks like they're very united right now, and
yeah,
I like the fact that everyone's playing for each other. You know, even when they make mistakes, they're not really having a go at each other. They're just, like, you know, covering it up. I like that, but this Pesero guy, as much as he's done well, I still have my reservations, man. I still think that he can break it up.
Look, we have to understand that if we win this trophy, this is going to be like, hey, Pesero, the guy and everything. Like, Eminence, I have no idea how we've even gotten here. And let's be real. It's a defense. But let's be real. We've just been fortunate in who we faced. We've been fortunate that we've not really faced any truly dynamic players with dynamic attack. Because if you think of Angola, South Africa, Cameroon, we've not really faced like a guy who can really cause a defense any issues. And I think that, bro, look at how many issues South Africa cost us.
But what teams were better than those teams, though? To be honest, I mean, like, in the entire tournament.
No, I was saying I disagree. I think that our shape, I think that clearly we've obviously gone more defensive, especially going from the back 4 to the back 3, which I think has worked. But, like, I don't know. I think that as we just said, like, there aren't that many. Like, when I look at this AFCON right now, like, aside from that, like, with that one-off 5-0 lubrication, ironically happened to Ivory Coast, how many games have really been like where we've had like attack? This has not really been an attackers tournament.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's not. Yeah, no.
Goals and stuff like that. Like, it hasn't been. It's really been more for the teams. Like, South Africa don't have a main outright goal scoring attacker, but they were organized and the players know each other. So I always said from the beginning that, like, the team that has the best, or that has the best defense and the best structure is probably going to get to the final. And whatever you say about Nigeria has it. With South Africa probably being second, I think they only conceded 1 goal. I think so. Yeah, I just think that there should be more praise should be given to, like, the defensive stability of, you know, of Trusty Kong, for example, what have you.
We only conceded 2 goals all game.
And that's one of them wasn't even open play. You know, one was a penalty. You know, so
yeah,
that's literally the only reason why. Like, if there's any advantage going to this final, potentially, because I do think that Nigeria's defensive solidity is better than Ivory Coast. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I will give. Maybe that.
Yeah,
might be up to-
RDS.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
go,
okay.
bro.
Yeah, I wanted to go into the defensive thing. The defensive thing is, it is a very good thing to have. And when you're in the knockouts, having an excellent defense is crucial in the knockouts. That's why there was a long stretch where Atletico Madrid was unstoppable in the Champions League. Mourinho unstoppable in the Champions League. Having a good defense in knockouts is excellent. In the group stages, I think it was more open. This wasn't like the last AFCON where everyone was defensive. This was far better, far more open in the group stages. But in the knockouts, most teams decided we are not going to lose, and sent it to extra time and did a whole lot of that. So that is a necessity. But I have seen Nigeria's path to the final, and it reminds me of 3 different campaigns in the AFCON. Ghana in 2010, Ghana in 2015, and Egypt in 2021. All 3 of those excellent defensive. They did very well in defense, scored 1-0, kept it tight, tried their darndest. I think 2015 was only the semis that Ghana scored some more than once. We're focused more on defense. Egypt, same thing in 2021. But here's the problem. Every single one of those teams, their defense carried them to the final, and then every single one of them lost. And unfortunately for me, I feel Nigeria gives me the exact same vibes. Egypt lost to Senegal, went to penalties,
They went to
lost.
penalties.
Yeah,
That's a crapshoot.
Ghana went to penalties in 2015, lost. 2010, we lost to an experienced Egypt. That's 2010, when all defensive sides. And I don't know what goes wrong in those finals. It's like they hold out until the final, and then something goes wrong, and then they don't win. And Nigeria gives me that vibe. It makes me and Cote d'Ivoire in Zambia. There was this thing where they met an unfancied side, and then Zambia just take advantage of the emotions and then just beats Cote d'Ivoire on penalties in a weird in 2012. Nigeria gives me that vibe where they are going to be a very good side and then just mess out against an unfancied Cote d'Ivoire. That's the vibe I get.
Neither side was
No. Look, see, my thing. See, the beauty of this thing the beauty of the thing on Sunday is, I generally don't know what's going to happen. Like, this is generally a 50-50 final. Like, the key thing here is, I think I get what you're saying in terms of teams who've had strong defenses and everything before, but I just feel that the way that this tournament has gone, the way football has changed, the landscape of football, I feel this final is going to be in a separate vacuum than other previous finals and other previous AFCONs, because I feel like if the way that Nigeria have operated defensively isn't the way that all those other defensive sides have operated, and the way that Ivory Coast have come to this tournament, like, let's put it, I can't remember another AFCON that has had a journey to the final the way that Ivory Coast have had. In terms of, bro, they lost 2 games in the group stage. They only won one game. So the fact that you only won 1 game and you lost 2 games, one of which was 4-0, and you made it through, is crazy. So Ivory Coast's path is so unique, very unique from everyone else, which just leads me to believe that we just don't know what's going to happen on that Sunday, bro. So before I come to you, let me just quickly hit the Dubinsky, man. Shout out to your boy Jess 3. Thank you for the Dubinsky, man. Do you still believe foreign coaches shouldn't manage the national team? People predicted Nigeria to get groups. Doesn't matter how good you play, it's good. Credits Pesero. 1000%, I still believe foreign coaches should not coach them. So let me expand upon this. So look at Ivory Coast. Local coach, played way much more better. Look like a proper team. Look at how far they've reached. Pesero now. We have not been playing well. We are just effective. And we've just been effective in this singular tournament. Big picture, future AFCONs, World Cup qualification, World Cups, this is not sustainable. This is not sustainable. This is just working for this in particular. But to have a coach over multiple years to build an aesthetic similar to what Senegal had with them, Aliou Cissé, several years, and it's all landed in that crescendo of them winning the AFCON. You need a guy who understands the culture of the team. Cool, Nigeria reached the final. Nigerian football is offensive. It's attacking. That's what is in our nature. So the way that we're playing, that's not in our nature. all because it has worked for this singular tournament. It doesn't mean it's going to work for World Cup qualification. Yes, we've done well here. Look at our World Cup qualification. Look at what we've been doing before this whole thing. So I am 100% still of the mindset of get a local coach.
What I would say,
I gotta argue when Gibbs that though.
So I just want one.
Wait. So Alex, what say?
Although I would say it would be interesting to see what happens with Nobili in goal as opposed to, because up until this point, Uzor was in goal. Let's see what happens for our qualification.
You see, that is it. Please hold our points. Let's switch keepers right now. I promise you, we switch keepers. We're not in this final. So yes, I gave Pesero credit to a degree. The biggest credits I give is Nwabali, 100%. Because if not for him, we're not in this final. No. Because some of the saves he has made literally won us those games. Uzoho is in goal. We are guaranteed not to be in this final. Because especially with the way that we play and how defensive that we are, if Uzoho is going to would have let in 1 or 2 goals, and then we are done.
Imagine if he played against Ghana back in the day. Imagine if he played against Ghana. We might have actually qualified for the World Cup, man. That's what I'm saying.
We probably would have. We probably would have. Shout out to your boy Judas. This final mirrors Portugal, Greece, Euro 04 final. Portugal is winning. No. The reason why I say no is
Portugal didn't have an Ivory.
You see,
I think he's calling us Greece.
But here's my thing. I get the Portugal Ivory Coast parallel, but the Greece Nigeria parallel isn't the same because Greece were known bricks in international football. That is why when they won, it was one of the biggest shocks ever. If Nigeria wins AFCON, it's not a big shock. It's like, oh, you are seen as one of the giants of Africa. You've won it 3 times already, so it's not a big deal. Greece winning those Euros was a massive deal because they are such minnows and they were such bricks for such a long time. So, yeah, no, it's different. AK, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, see, I think it's going to be a big final. I think we're underestimating the impact that fear has on the final, the nervousness has on the final. One team, in my opinion, will be considerably more nervous than the other, and that's Nigeria. Well,
oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Ivory Coast, I think Frank Kessie also alluded to this. Ivory Coast had their worst fears literally play out in front of them when they lost 4-0 at home in front of their own fans. You can't. In any tournament, you are the host nation. You spent all this money to host the tournament. You were 1 goal away. You were Richard Ofori away from being knocked out of your own host tournament, suffering the worst loss in Ivorian history in the AFCON. There is nothing worse that you can suffer as a team compared to that.
Yeah.
So what are they scared of? They weren't supposed to be here. They're just here based on, they're getting momentum. They're not supposed to be here. Why would they?
But AK, true. But now they are here. It's a final in your own home ground. Yeah. You have to have nerves.
Portugal
is a final in your own home ground. Suppose you lose it. Is that worse than the worst defeat in Ivorian history on your own home ground?
AK, if you ask those players, ask any professional player, any professional football player, what is the worst possible thing that can happen to you professionally? In my view, it is to lose a tournament final at home on home soil. I don't think there's anything worse. Like that is probably the worst thing that can happen to you because they could already think, oh, that was bad and that was embarrassing. Losing a final in your own country is probably the worst thing you can go through as a professional player. It's the worst thing. So my thing is that I feel that it's nerves for both sides. For Nigeria, it's like we are now in a final that no one expected us, and because of social media, the expectation is crazy because these they don't know that, bro, we need this. We are desperate for this victory. And when they now know how much we are desperate for this, the boys, they're going to feel the nerves like, Bram, we have to give this back to Nigeria because we so need this. For Ivory Coast, they need it. They're at home as well. We didn't think we'd be here, but we're here. We are playing a final in front of our own people, our own nation.
True. Yeah.
One thing I also could see though is that the comparison to the Greece Portugal thing is that while we may not be like bricks like Greece are, we could do what they did, which is beat the host nation in the group stage and beat the host nation in the final. And that's what Greece did in 2004.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, we have to just what happened. Okay, what's it called? Abdullah, talk to me.
Can I continue?
Oh, okay, so AK, finish your point, then I'll come to Abdullah.
Yeah, and on the foreign coaches point, like, it doesn't really make sense because I saw only 2 of the quarterfinal coaches are foreign. The Nigeria and DR Congo. Like, most of the coaches that got far in the AFCON are local coaches. So, yeah, that didn't make any sense. But see, I think if you're Ivory Coast, it's like, wait, I want to know what's going to be the starting lineup for both teams. Like, that's going to be interesting.
Oh no, but then it's dependent on injuries, who's fit and on who's not fit.
Is Sanusi back for you guys?
Again, it depends because remember, we're now Wednesday now, so we've got to wait. So remember, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, bro. Like Real Madrid, Vinny literally got injured before the start of the game. My thing is that we just have to see who is fit, and then based on who is fit, then we'll know. But we have to just wait until Friday.
The final is Sunday at 9.
Yeah.
The final is Sunday at 9 at 8 o'clock your time.
Abdullah, what are you saying?
It is like I was celebrating. I lost my voice because, firstly, I hate penalties in my life. I don't like penalties because that.
Oh no, it's horrible. It's horrible.
No. As a fan, I hate in my life. I don't want to see my club or country going to penalty shootout. Lord have mercy. I don't know how I'm gonna feel because that is, oh my god, that's like a tension. Who's gonna lose? Who's gonna miss first? But again, I think we didn't overall. I wasn't happy because we didn't play very well from the beginning of the match even to the end of the match. I'm not happy entirely at all because we didn't play very well. But again, we got it done, which makes me happy. And again, I think psychologically something is wrong with Victor Osimhen. Psychologically and mentally with his mentality.
So do you think he asked to come off?
I have a feeling Osimhen has been rushed to this Nations Cup. He has not been fully fit. And he has been rushed, he has been played. Because fully fit Osimhen, those chances is getting away. Osimhen scored those chances. Fully fit Osimhen scored those chances.
Yeah.
For this Nations Cup, he has been pushed to come to play Nations Cup. He wants to play because this is his first AFCON.
Yeah.
The 2019 one, he was injured. This is his first official one. If you remember, he has been injured in this tournament a lot. He's been given some injections, some drugs, some everything. He has been pushed to play this tournament unfit. So that could also affect his play too. So I'm like, what is going on with Osimhen with psychology? So, but again, overall, it's all about winning. And I'm happy with the goalkeeper because if it was that fraud, I don't want to mention his name. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that's full. Yeah.
I think we are not shining the light on somebody. That's the manager. Because I was the first match. The first match, he played the back four. And he was pissed off with some of the players in the first match when we played the first match. He switched back to back three in the second half. He went back to back to straight. I was like, why is he playing the back three in the second half when you're already 1-0? So he was angry with some of the players because of the way they were playing. That was when I knew this man might go back to back three. And you have to give him credit. I've been part of one who has been bashing him, cursing him, calling him so many names. And they said, you always made this time. This is a tournament competition. Just get it done. He doesn't need to play sexy football. Tournament like this doesn't need to play. You just have to get it done. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, game over. And once you got me winning this kind of tournament like this, it builds momentum and confidence into the team. And people might not rate him. People might call him trash, but he has done very, very well. Very, very well in this tournament. Like, he even surpassed the expectation of the whole entire Nigeria, including me. I did not believe we could have this kind of.
No one believes. Okay, so you do believe that we can win on Sunday?
I think we have an edge over Ivory Coast because Ivory Coast will be emotional on Sunday because they'll remember what happened in the group stage. So there will be emotional, and I think that might be their downfall, because there might be emotion. Because I watched that match today against Congo. They were very lucky today. If Congo were clinical, Congo would have finished that match in the first half. Congo was not clinical, so they were lucky today. So Sunday, I think we have an edge on Sunday for me. We'll see how it goes.
Hold on, let me hit this whole thing, man. Shout to your boy Josh. Mokena from South Africa is a baller and needs to go to Europe. No, look, a lot of those South Africans were very good, man. A lot of those South Africans were very good, man. But look, see, my thing here is, look, Sunday. So it's with one of these things. I think the key thing to note is it's going to be a very, very, very different game from the group stage. Like, that group stage game literally means nothing compared to this game, because I think that, first of all, it's a different manager, it's a different coach, and it's an Ivory Coast who've now been able to build momentum. Not only that, they knocked out last year's winners and one of the favorites in Senegal. So that Senegal win was literally just propelled them. So, but basically the thing about a final is extremely hard to predict. Like, a tournament final, especially one like this, where a lot of the teams have been so close, it's going to be very, very difficult to predict. So, but one thing that I think Alisa is interesting is, how does Ivory Coast use the crowd? Is that if you're Nigeria, you're hoping that they are emotional and they do right with the emotions. But what you're hoping is that they don't harness that energy to a super inspired performance, because the home crowd can either be a huge advantage or a massive disadvantage. Because if, let's say, we score early, they could be screwed. Because if we just score early, start playing well, and the crowd now starts to not get behind them, that's going to be at an advantage. On the flip side, if Ivory Coast now score early, and that crowd is going crazy and bored, because don't underestimate how much that the crowd can give you. So look, artists, I mean, how big a role do you think that the crowd is going to play in that game on Sunday? And do you think that it can suit us going in as underdogs?
I mean, obviously it's going to be packed because it's a final. And
full.
And no disrespect to everyone fans, but like, aside from Ivory Coast, like, they've been pretty dead when it comes to the other teams been playing. The stadium's been practically empty. But when Ivory Coast, obviously, it's. I know there's logistical reasons for that, so I'm not going to hate too much, but yeah, I do think that, I remember in the Equatorial Guinea game when they were getting dunked on, and it was just stunned silence, really. It was just completely, and even when we played against them, and when we were winning, I didn't really see anything from the crowd. I think actually went quite quiet. So I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it's a final, so it'll be different. But from what I've seen in the group stages, anyway, well, obviously I know things have changed. When they were down, when they were continuing behind, it's not like I didn't really see a crowd that was like, right, we're going to galvanize these guys.
Actually, I don't know. You know what? I think. Do you know what? I think it's different. I think based off of these 3 games in the knockout stages, I think the crowd now feels very different now.
Yes.
Exactly. I do feel like if they're going to be a lot more supportive, because there's a whole different energy that I think has been surrounding them right now.
Yeah, so as I said, so it's a final. There's going to be more of them there. It'll be interesting. So, but like if anything, it'll be interesting because at the end of the day, Nigeria have got to where they are without much crowd, without much support.
Yeah,
and they've obviously got through mentally. They've got through.
Well, bro, the Nigerian supporters club have been doing their thing, with the trumpets. They've been doing their thing, I
mean, comparatively to like if it was.
Oh, true, yeah.
Like I mentioned, yeah. But the point is, it's just that so. It's not like if Nigeria conceded got a goal first, and Nigeria are going to suddenly be like, oh, what do we do? How are we going to sort of, you know what I mean? So like, if any, I would argue that if anything, there's more pressure on the Ivorians, because if they do concede first, it's like, okay, how are the crowd going to react? How are they going to feel like, I just think that essentially what I'm saying is that, like, if Ivory Coast score first, it's going to depend on the crowd. The crowd are going to very much depend, in my opinion, who's going to score first. If Ivory Coast score first, there's no discussion. I think if Nigeria score first, then I think that's when it'll be interesting. And I think that, I think we could do something.
Sorry, so real quick, your boy Black Seal, looking ahead to the final, bro. Nigeria, Ivory Coast.
Well, first of all, let me just say congratulations to Nigeria. That was a hell of a game. I mean, man, bro, I was on the verge of death. I ain't gonna lie, I was on the verge of death. I was having panic attacks, heart attacks, like I had everything. I
It was
couldn't
a crazy
speak.
game. It was a crazy game.
It was a crazy ass game. Now that they're facing Ivory Coast, I feel like now it's a 50-50. There's no favorite in this tournament. Let's get that out of the fucking way. There's no favorite in this goddamn tournament. There's no
No.
favorite on Sunday. If you say you're a favorite, good luck to you. But now that after this, I feel like Nigeria should be slight favorites just because they have in my opinion, a better attack, mainly because of Osimhen and Lookman. But at the same time, my God, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen with Ivory Coast, because after that Mali game, I said, "What the hell is going on here?" After that Mali game, it just made me think these guys might actually win it. Like,
Yeah.
the narrative is there, the belief is there.
But we have to stop that narrative. We have to stop that narrative. You have to put an end to that narrative,
Yeah, but how you gonna put it into Juju?
Oh, no. Juju is... You see, my thing here is when it comes to a final, it's anybody's game.
I hear, like, from what I hear, so like there were like flights to India. There were a lot of flights from Nigeria to India because maybe Casey will know, but there's Nigerian Juju, but there is like Himalayan Indian like Juju from the region.
Wait a second.
Wait. AK, as somebody who is half Indian, can you verify this to be facts?
I have no idea. I mean, there might be considering.
Look, bro, I just
There
realized
very
that.
well might be.
No. When it comes to a final, I'm using everything. Bro, I am using every force of Juju possible. Basically, Commonwealth, I want Juju to make it global. Global. Swedish Juju, English Juju, German Juju, like Greenland Juju, Jordanian Juju, Lebanese Juju, every Japanese Juju, bring it all. Because, guys, I saw it, this is one game. For this one game, Gid. Because, see, guys, the thing about the final is you just need to win. Screw playing well. You just need to win because it's one game. You win this one game, that's it. It's over. It's done.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why I said like, because again, I've seen Nigeria in two finals. Well, in the AFCON, which is of course the one in 2000 and the one in 2013. And here's the thing: the one in and this is why this is a point to you, even AK. 2000 was painful. Losing a final at home is horrible. And it still haunts Nigeria. Losing that final to Cameroon, but specifically losing it at home, it's a horrible feeling. Because it's like, it's supposed to be a parade. Same thing that happened at the Euros. Like Portugal, it's supposed to be like a parade and everything. So when you see that build up to the final, bro, that entire build up, the crowd, the streets, because like this is the final and we have a chance of winning it on home soil and having because normally teams who win, you've got to now wait until you now get back home to now celebrate. Bro, the celebration will start at that time at home in your ground. So there's that expectation there. So for Ivory Coast, they will have that pressure of, man, if we win this, we can have a party right here on home soil. Like, so that is why I say it's there's gonna nerves on both sides. Ivory Coast will be more nervous than Nigeria. Ivory Coast are going to be more nervous.
I get your thing,
I disagree.
But man, how so? Of course, Ivory Coast will be more nervous. No, we're going to be nervous as well, but how will Ivory Coast not be more nervous than us?
No,
HH.
can I go?
Hold on, let me call Black Seal, then I'll come back to you, Marlon. Black Seal.
It's only normal that everybody's going to be nervous. Nigeria is not going to want to concede. Ivory Coast is not going to want to concede. Ivory Coast will want revenge for the group stages. Nigeria, today I saw a scared Nigeria. I'm not going to lie. Nigeria looked terrified of South Africa to the point that they were like, nah, have the ball. At times I just said to myself, my God, South Africa should take advantage of this. Like, at times I sometimes ask myself, what in the hell would have happened if Lau Foster had not decided to not play in the AFCON? because I guarantee you, at least one chance he puts away, or even Lebu Modiba who plays in Strasbourg in France. If those two were the striking partnership instead of Magopa and Percy Tao, you guys would have had a real tough time. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Shout out
So,
to evidence, man. Shout out to evidence.
Yeah, Mike.
His name is crazy,
shown,
bro.
But still, man, like I still feel Nigeria will be far more nervous than Ivory Coast because they know everybody's gonna boo their asses. Like they're gonna.
Yeah, no, but I don't, because my thing is that wouldn't it be? I feel that you'll have more nerves if you're playing in front of your own home crowd, with the expectation of we want to win this trophy in front of our own home crowd. Nigeria just has. Both teams have the natural nerves of we're in a final and we want to win this competition. So there's those natural nerves. But Ivory Coast will be extra because it's on home soil. And there's this feeling of like we want to win on home soil.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like the journey they went through kind of relaxes those nerves more. Like if Ivory Coast were favorites and did everything well and they're into the final, then like I understand they're very nervous because they were good throughout the tournament. They're in the final. But bro, these guys, the journey they've been on to come to this final,
True, yeah.
I think that relaxes the nerves of it being a home final.
So what's it called? Shout out to your boy Wing, who says, Enzo Fernandez, you can have my sister, best midfielder in the world, fire emoji. Wing, bless your soul, man. Wing, bless your soul. Look, man, I said again, I've got to unwind, man. It's been an emotional day, man. It's been an emotional day.
It wasn't Wing an Arsenal fan?
Okay, he's a law unto himself. So guys, look, man, we'll be building up more to this. Tomorrow we may have like a Q&A on tomorrow. But remember, guys, Saturday hangouts to come, and of course Sunday, which will build up to the huge, massive final, guys. Peace out, stay true, one love, man.